Hey guys, it looks like I was bounced off the air. Giving it a second. Hey guys, bounced off the air. I'm going to wait it for everyone to get back, but we were definitely cut off the air. Hey guys. Alright, VJ's back. What's going on? Marsh, what's going on? Tara. Yeah, I'm just going to let it keep going to get everyone back a little bit. I'm going to make a post. Just giving it a moment. Hey guys, sorry about that. We were definitely cut. Everything that I was trying to get into, I couldn't even answer your messages on my phone. I couldn't go on the tablet. I couldn't go on anything. Everything was definitely not working, and forced closing. Every time I opened anything, it forced closed on me. So I'm going to give it another beat, and we'll continue on because it's part for the course. Sorry about all that. All right, guys. So what we were talking about before we got knocked off was, I'll reread that passage. So, and that by that time more people will get back on. Sorry about that. We got taken down. Everything forced closed. Phones, tablets, everything I was trying to get into, it wouldn't let me. It just kept forced closing. I was trying to talk to people. I got a couple messages out. That's all we can do. Let's just keep rolling. Is my sound check okay? Anyone, can you hear me? Check, check, check. Sound check good. All right. Here we go. Good. So I said for an hour, the Council and the Aegean moon of planet Plataea want to download the data for a brief future in the industrial fields, the brother of the testimony of consciousness as the memory of extra time, which you do not know the rest of it. Begin transmitting to be so with you to upload and to be prepared for his brother. But she instructed him to do nothing. So I said, Aegean moon planet Plataea is located in which star system? Who instructed whom to do nothing? Please send more details. What constellation is Plataea in? What race rules that system? What happens next? Please send image of that star system. Thank you. Aegeao, Aegeao is Saturn's moon. So where is planet Plataea located? And that's the thing. So after some time, I immediately started sending out questions. I figured by looking it up, one of Saturn's moons is actually called Aegeao. Everyone's just catching up. Sorry guys, got cut feed, all devices forced closed, couldn't get in there. So we're going to continue. I'm right where we left off, and we're going to keep pushing forward. So Wednesday, February 10th at 11:49 a.m., they responded, many cities were astrologically named at the beginning of the month before the way of the planets, and the always sacred ruins are named by men. I have not been here through the whole process. I said, okay, that's some information. Do you have different names for astrology and the planets, etc.? Are we talking about the console meeting in this system on the moon of Ageo, planet Saturn? Please send image of moon and planet, thank you. And what part of the process have you been through? How old are you? What is your name? They responded at 1:28 p.m. on the February 11th. The Supreme High, capital H, the Supreme High Inceptors are 55 golden spies and has been sent on your way, but we're keeping the all capitals pickup. So the Supreme High Inceptors are 55 golden spies and has been sent on your way, but we're keeping the pickup. So I'm like, Soltraxi Sorer, 55 golden spies, the pickup, the coordinates. So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So I said, what are golden 50? What and why investigators? Who sent? Explain in more detail. Please send an image. February 11th at 1:51 p.m. They said, following 25 days, and that would bring, at that time, bring you up to March 7th, the Guardians are the first to greet the helm after you are sent. This is what I was told. So I said, did you fly over my home 2 nights ago? What or who is the Guardian? And the month of March on the 7th day at coordinates, I will be there. What does foil and greet mean? How long will I be gone from Earth? Because I'm thinking they're going to take me for a bit. They respond at 1:56 p.m., 5 minutes later. You are studying. And I didn't know how to take that because I was doing some stuff at the time along with getting contact. But I'm also thinking like maybe I'll be studying when they take me. I said, what will I be studying? How long will I be studying with you all for? How much Earth time will pass until I return back to Earth? They responded at 2:07 p.m. on the 11th. Don't be afraid of the judgment when I ask to see you. I said, will I be treated kindly? Because that's the first thing I asked. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Don't be afraid. Judgment. And you're going to see me. So I said, will I be treated kindly? And what should I bring for the investigators? How long will I be gone from Earth? And at 2:10 p.m., 3 minutes later, they responded, is the sister, but we're not the 18th. I am Varsisi. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. V-A-R-Z-E-S-I. Varzisi. And I will be sharing your trip. So this is the sister, but we're not the 18th. I am Varzisi, and I will be sharing your trip. So I said, please explain in more detail. What sister? You are Varsisi? May I see an image of you? Will I keep my memory of this meeting when I return to Earth? You're going to keep me? You will share my journey? Are you male or female? Because I was getting feminine vibes from this in the name and just the way it felt. I received at 3:22 p.m. that same day. However, we will be looking at you, comma, do not be afraid. We are neither of their kind. So I was like, okay. I said, I have all my records of all contact. I know I didn't commit crime and I am being framed. Because immediately I'm thinking, okay, here we go. The colonies of Cremona. I said, will you stay with me the entire time I'm away from Earth? Will I be allowed to come back to Earth? Who sent you? I thought I was being picked up in 9 years. And at 4 p.m., they responded from Latin to English, important future under the guidance of best interests of continuous Platea. Transfer data depends on the progress necessary, and the citadel. And I'm like, citadel? That's like a military fortress, or or it could be a prison. I said, what is the citadel? Will I be a guest or a prisoner? And then I received an image. This image I can't share yet, but I will describe it. And in the future, somehow, some way, maybe I'll be able to share it. I also have Billy, who's an artist, who's working with me on some of the images that I know I can't share, to be able to have something to produce to show you, so you have something to look at, besides some of the ones I do choose to share with you. And however that works out there, and whatever trouble I'm in, I guess it'll be what it is. But for right now, I'll describe it. There's an inside of a ship. It's all brightly lit. There are different tables and screens. The feminine-looking alien. She's bald. She has kind eyes. They're dark. They're shaped up like this. Half of her face is mechanical. And it's very brightly lit. You would think it's dark, and everything is pretty lively. So I asked, what system do you come from? What are you wearing on your face and neck? So you're not Lyran. Send an image of the other passengers aboard ship. What race are you? Because I can't identify this race. And they said at 5:11 p.m., the injury sustained Cremona. And I'm like, oh. So this female alien entity that's part mechanical was at Cremona when that moon and those colonies of deep black insects working alongside. She must be another race that was working alongside with them when they got hit, and she's sustained injury and they fixed her. I said, I'm sorry you have an injury. You do realize that I wasn't there. Who do you serve? Who do you work with? Which races? So you are keeping me as a prisoner even though I did not attack anyone? Are you trying to help clear my name, or are you trying to capture me? You said not to be afraid. Prove to me. There is an older version of me that is doing this destruction around the galaxy. It's not me. I have been on Earth this whole time. And they responded at 5:46 p.m. Do not follow cosmic law, but this was not acquired without consent. So I said, who doesn't follow cosmic law? What was not acquired without consent? If you're referring to the image, I asked and you gave. You gave consent. Are you my ally? Do you work for the Queen and the insectoids? Are you going to kill me? Tell me the truth. Are we allies or not? May lie to me, may tell me the truth, but at least I'm asking questions and I'll get a response, and then it's data, then it's on paper. That's what they said. If they lied, they didn't lie. So at 6:16, they responded. They said, positive. I said, positive? Positive we are allies, or positive that you work for the Queen and insectoids, or positive that you're going to kill me? I await your response. What is your answer? At 7:08 p.m., they stated, our answer is that you are now heavily and effect that is in the future. I said, please explain in detail. I do not understand what that means. When you stated affirmativa, what were you saying affirmativa about? And they responded at 7:36 p.m. on the 11th. We all attain onto the resurrection of the aid of the brother of the future, and they are insectoid. The name must be resolved to continue the plan. Links to a higher awareness of your own royal blood, Lyran. And it says Lyrano, Lyrano. I've never seen it like that before. I've seen Lyran, this, that. I've never seen Lyrano, Lyrano. I said, how do I resolve the name? How do you know the future? Can you visit me in my dreams tonight? Why does the image appear to be manipulated and looks like the image is altered? Because there is some things on it that look a little funny, but it is very detailed. I said, I will see you tonight in astral. And I'm bluffing because I'm not, I don't know what my dreams are going to bring. I'm not really good at astral. I know what Commander Doug is, but I'm just, because I think I'm dealing with dark forces now, obviously. Show me an image of the Citadel. I need complete proof of your identity or this conversation ends. Then I received on February 15th. So we got 4 days later at 2 p.m. and came in as Latin. He does not control the outcome. The future is coming, comma, with or without your cooperation, period. Our support of you, both we and the kings who seek to consult with nine. I said, who is he? What is his name? You support me. Who is we? Who are the kings? Who are the nine? I await your response. Answer questions. I would like to help you if you answer my questions. I await your timely response. Because at this point, I've already figured out these guys aren't good. And I just got to start being more firm. Sunday, February 21st. So 6 days later at 11:06 p.m. 18 particle size images are only initiated under the law twice a distortion of the regular citizens ambassadors. So I'll read that again. 18 particle size images are only initiated under the law twice a distortion of the regular citizens ambassadors. So I said, other citizen ambassadors have received images? What is the definition of twice a distortion? And at 12:59 p.m., I received on the 22nd, they were leaders of the global shared by the images of confidence to you. The communication will lock again until further notice. So there's something about the images, they're locking communication until further notice. But you know what? They're bad guys anyways, so it's kind of a good thing. I said, are any images shareable? What can I share with the world? I await your response. Are you still arriving at the location in 14 days? And this is why I didn't have a show, because things were fluid and there was dates and times, and I didn't want to out of game information. I got to see what I'm dealing with, and I'm hoping the light forces will interject. And they did, but it took, so 22nd was when they said, locked again until further notice. On the 27th, I received an image. At this time, I'm not going to share it. I will describe it. It is very cool. We're already working on trying to make a copy of this image, but in a form that is not a photograph of that I received, but an actual sketch. So not breaking any laws until I know I can share it. But what it is, it looks like a humanoid dog, new race, gray, crystal blue eyes, and with white and grayish, bluish almost, but dark, like a light gray, but friendly looking eyes, but powerful looking being. And then at 5:19, with the image, received the message. So at this point, the line has the encrypted line has been severed. The Galactic Federation has done this in the past. They've cut lines, they've interjected, vice versa. Both sides have done this. And this is the message I received. The leaders called false allegiance to the contact of the body, not even in an attempt to inherit the imperishable. And we are ambassadors for the Soltraxi 18. And it was cast to be available to the coordinates of the pickup is in you, unless, COT. Now, the only thing I know what COT is, a cot is something you would lay on. And basically what I got from that is basically you're having false contact from the dark side. Basically these guys are intercepting. And who are these guys? So I said, what am I looking at? What race is this image? What is your name? And they stated at 5:26 on the 27th of February, the third brother, Matt Leader. Now, looking up Latin, Matt means gift of God. So the third brother, gift of God Leader. Third brother, so each brother is a different race. So the third brother, now we know we have the like feline, we have humanoid, so I'm like third brother. So I said, do you have canine in your DNA? Are you nearby? Is pickup in 8 days? Because I don't know at this point, are these guys still bad, or is this? And they stated at 5:44 p.m. I'm just checking, making sure. There is no pickup trap protecting us. And I said, my understanding is that the sister of the Soltraxi will be at the location for pickup on March 7th. Is this correct? And they responded at 5:53 p.m. on the 27th, false. And I said, so it was a trap. And they said at 5:55 p.m., 2 minutes later, but, espionage. I can never say that word, espionage. I said, so they are spies from Cremona? What must I do next? Was my information compromised? They stated that the future will go on with or without me, and I will be on trial. Is that image feline or canine? So I'm referring to the image now too. So I have all these questions popping up in my mind. So at 6:05 p.m. they stated, under the protection of rights and contracts, it is a binary innocent. I said, what does binary innocent mean? Does that mean I'm not guilty? What is your name? I like your image. What do you eat? I'm sorry. I know it's off topic, but the first things I think of are off-topic stuff. Like immediately, whatever pops in my mind, I'm just gonna ask it. I'm curious. I've never seen this race before, except I've seen depictions in like ancient Egypt and different places where there's half dog, half. But this didn't look. This looked more wolf-like, more something different. It wasn't all black and. So, anyways. They responded at 6:30 p.m. We consume animals. I said, animals from the earth here? What types? Are you more associated with a cat or a dog in your genetics? Because I didn't see slits in the eyes, but like a cat. But I couldn't tell if maybe there was some feline characteristics. But it was definitely, I felt more canine. And then for sure, after, Sirius. Yeah, Sirius, the Syrians are actually allies of the Lyrans. All right, so let's see here. They responded at 6:45 p.m. and they stated, the third planet, we are descendants of Saint Cosmo, second set tie radiant barrier, protection of the ancient buildings of ancient columns. And then the next, it was like 3 paragraphs, like short paragraphs, but they're spaced. Normally contact doesn't come in that way. And the next one was, with foods of the world, the animal was not allowed to be touched, as the law states. And the next one is, we are ENVOVLED. We are involved, particular, all capitals, particular, dogs to hunt. I said, wow, amazing. Are you my ally? And what is the name of this planet? They responded back at 6:48 p.m. you will always have the gift of wisdom to know his friends and enemies. And that's one thing I've always had throughout my life is I can always tell if someone is, I need to stay away, if they're good. I don't know anything about them. Maybe the first time I met them and I already know what I'm dealing with. But I'm not going to go into it right now, but it goes deep. And they're actually calling it out that that's actually one of my gifts. So then I went with my senses. I said, I sense you're my ally. And they said, and that is 1,000 years old, friend. So I was correct. I mean, could be lying, but I do sense that it's my ally. And they said, for 1,000 years, friend. So we're friends for 1,000 years. I said, what is the name of the planet? At 7:07 p.m., they responded, from the base station and the moon Tet, T-E-T. So Tet is the name of the moon. I said, thank you. How did you contact through the same secure line? Thank you for talking with me. I love you all. Because I know it's with Lyra. And then they responded with code. And the code is like mine is dash double dot dash double dot dash. That's my hybrid code. They sent me two codes. They sent double dot dash double dot dash double dot. And then the next set was double dot dash double dot. Now I went to my Black Ledger because that code actually came up in old contact before. So when I pull up my Black Ledger, because I record all the codes of signature codes for races, and it says here, now I don't know how that works out, but it does say here, that code, let me pull that up, that's the Syrian High Councils. So the Syrian High Council, and that it is what it is. That's what, so I said, one day we will all meet in person. And on February 27th at 8:05 p.m., they responded 9, and still less revolutions of the earth than the sun. So they're answering my old question, like how long before I'm picked up. So I'm still on track because in 2019, I was supposed to, not last summer, the summer before that yet. I was supposed to go off the coast of Bermuda and, you know, the whole story. I didn't go. And they said it would be 10 years before the next pickup. So 9 and still less revolution. So less than 9 of the earth than the sun. So yeah, we're back on track. It is the Lyrans. It's definitely, we're back on track with, that's when I'm supposed to get picked up. I said, so I still asked, you are still coming in 9 days? Because, like, are you going to be coming instead of them? Or, you know. So February 27th at 8:08 p.m., they responded, to draw forth and set before them to have the knowledge of him from his brother. Ye are spies, Turkopolis. I said, what do I do? What is Turkopolis? And they responded, spy ship. I said, they are spies coming? And I said, are you a part of the Galactic Federation? I must ask, and I will leave the person's name blank, but there's a person that wanted me to ask if they were a royal or if their name is known. I did a favor. I didn't get a response, but I did immediately, within that minute that I asked that question, I did get a response, but it wasn't for that. It was for something else. I got excited, so I immediately told that person. I said, oh, wow, I just got a response. But it wasn't a response about them. It was relating to the content that we're going through. It said, with us. I said, who is with us? The Galactic Federation is with you? Are you around Earth currently? And they responded on the 28th at 3:15. Hidden behind the moon, watching over you. I said, may I see an image from your perspective currently? You're behind the moon. I wonder where the enemy is watching from. Do you ever have downtime to relax and or have entertainment, games, music, anything? I said, I wish I could break bread with you and talk in person. Thank you, friend. Why is there so much darkness on this world? Are you watching anyone else on Earth? I await your responses to my questions. Thank you. I didn't hear anything. March 1st, I asked, what do these ancient buildings and ancient columns look like? And are these ancient buildings inhabited? And I want to pause right there for a moment, because I do want to go to a part in the first manuscript that brought up March 7th that I did find. And it actually says, just so we're on the same page, of that there was another date for March 7th that never came to pass. It stated this on January 23rd in 2018 at 11:11 p.m. It stated, the sister of Tiamat, the resolution begins into the power of authority of the judge, from the evil reign into the ground near, full of his brothers, out onto the 7th of March, the host of the 11th, it scans the earth, Alexander. And then I had an image of looked like a planet. So I found that really interesting that there was another March 7th, and that was years ago. So, to going back, I said, what do these ancient buildings and ancient columns look like, and are those ancient buildings inhabited? March 1st, 2:47 p.m., they responded, the columns that guard the god's gold sphere. Now, that's another thing I received years ago, this, and I'm not allowed to show anyone. It says for the prince's eyes only. It's a gold sphere. Like on Lyra, there are these Dyson-looking spheres above the cities. But this is like a pure gold ball, and it was literally on an ancient structure. And it does say in Old Contact, woe to the lands and devastation if I were to share that image. So I haven't, but they're stating this is years later, new race, affiliated with Lyra and Syrians. They're talking about this gold sphere again. So here we go. It says the columns that guard the god's gold sphere. I said, I have an image of the gold sphere. Is this the same one? Which gods, lowercase g, occupy the gold sphere? What planet or moon does the gold sphere reside? I wait your response. And then I sent a message of the old Latin from what I received years ago about that gold sphere to them. And I said, and also the message with the about the March 7th, which I just shared with you guys in that image with the picture of that atmosphere. And I said, does this relate to this March 7th? They responded March 4th at 3:21 a.m. And that was today. I was asleep, and they responded, gods of time. Hold on, I need to take a drink. They responded, God, lowercase g, gods of time. I said, what are the names of the gods of time? And they responded at 5:24 a.m. The names are not in the name of the gods, comma, to which it is not always in capital G, God's name, period. Forces of nature are bound to have a secluded 11 void forever, period. We're kept under guard, and they are in the sphere of the vortex, may be a loud voice of our structure, which always has been. I said, so this is a prison in a sense? How does the gods of time relate to myself? Older Contact stated I believed that I would be visiting the sphere of kings. Is this true? If I understand this correctly, the sphere holds the powerful forces in place under guard? And at 5:37 a.m. they responded, and it will be again. Also allowed is a great skill to take it as a blessing and a curse. I said, which part is a blessing? Which part is a curse? Describe, please. So this is a power that can be obtained, but is a blessing and a curse? What is it? What is this great skill? Is this about time travel? Because it says gods of time. I said, so they responded back at 5:43 a.m. this morning, from time to conceptual reflection. So it's a gold sphere. It's considered sacred, built on these ancient pillars and structures. These dog guards are guarding it, and you go in. There's loud a voice. There are multiple things in there. It has to do with time and a conceptual reflection. So I guess a reflection of yourself, good, the light, dark, whatever, and about time. So I said, so can I choose the time of where to go? Does this break cosmic law? And I can see to learn from my reflection. Is this where I will be going one day? Have I been there before? Are we living in a loop of time? Is this sphere guarded to keep others out or to keep others in? And they responded at 5:50, and it should be sealed before the great sphere of the land of your birth. Have you helped him the vortex of 1,000 years? So, have I helped in the vortex of 1,000 years? And it should be sealed before the great sphere of the land of your birth. So I'm like, birth here on earth, but I'm from Vega system, so from Lyra. So that is it there, and I'm supposed to seal it afterwards? I have all these questions in my mind. What is it? So I said, does the sphere of kings go by another name? And they responded March 4th at 6:09 a.m. Nicholas of Lyra, waiting for the enemy. I said, waiting for the enemy to go to the sphere? I said, so it's a trap? Is that my name, Nicholas of Lyra, or is that my brother's name, my bad brother? When does this take place? I know it's the house, like there's different houses of kings, and each house has a name, and I know Nicholas is one of them. So we may come from the same house. I said, is the sphere on Earth here? Is the sphere on another planet or moon? At 6:17, they responded, I teach you to history. So they're going to educate me. So I'm thinking, go in there. They're going to let me go back to view different points that are not like in a book or a show. Like this is what happened. It's like living library history. Like you're going in there to, I teach you to history. Oh, wow. This will show me the past. Is it dangerous to do? I can go to any place in history. And they responded, a letter N, and present danger marks to be idle for us to come over the moon. So basically there's danger around. March 7th is approaching. They're behind the moon, a part of the Galactic Federation. They've amassed fleets. The Lyrans are there, Syrians are there, the High Council, this dog race on the Soltraxi. So my bad brother, he has the Soltraxi Sora and working with the insectoids and draconians, all this stuff. So then they responded at 6:20 a.m. to protect you. That's what they respond. So they said the present danger marks to be idle for us to come over the moon. So they'd come from behind it, over it, I guess intercept anything that comes after us. And it says to protect you. I said, whom are you protecting me from? Thank you. And on the 4th today at 6:22, they said, ships were deductible, hides the gray sky. So my hides the gray sky. Oh, clouds in the sky. So ships are hiding in these clouds. I've already suspected, I've seen stuff, but to the extent of how much or what. So they're saying hides in the gray sky. I said, so ships hide in the cloudy skies? To which race? And they responded, all the time. So that means it's not like once in a while, oh, there could be a ship up. They're like all the time. There's ships in those clouds all the time watching. Are they just watching me? Probably not. Watching others, whoever. But that's their cloak and dagger stuff. They're all over the place right now. It's the concentration on the earth, whether it's been the same status quo. It seems to me, based on the data and going past all these manuscripts and going and reading the rise of the amount of activity has increased. And, I mean, now it's coming on the news. It's coming, they're giving you a little soft disclosure or partial disclosure. But they're confirming there's so much going on that they're parked behind the moon, ready to pounce, waiting for the enemy. And there's ships all above us all over the time, not just terrestrial stuff. So my last follow-up questions were, is there a special way I can see them or detect them? Are they always watching me or everyone on this world? I can see the moon behind my house. And I did this morning, and I took some pictures. And it's probably why I was getting so much contact. I noticed that too. When I see the moon, a lot of times they operate around the moon. It's like direct, boom, 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 boom. I took pictures. I said, what must I do next? And then that was the last bit of contact. So basically what happened was these guys that are left over from the colonies of Cremona, my brother, the insectoids, the AT, they're trying to trick me to go to these coordinates nearby. They're trying to befriend me. And then the Galactic Federation, the Syrian High Command, High Council, and the Lyrans stepped in and cut the communications, alerted me about enemy presence and how much enemy presence are around, more than I realize, and that they're waiting and ready. Also educating me about they told me I'm here training, so that I'll be going, I guess, to this sphere, the sphere of kings, the gods of time. I'm supposed to go in there. I guess I'm going to be taught or shown or both. And then it has to be sealed. These dog ones that work along with the Lyrans and is on the Soltraxi are guarding this temple. It's like a Jedi or Sith temple. I hope it's not a Sith temple. Star Wars fans, but that's what it seems like. This is and it's pretty mind blowing. That's what I've been up against. So I'm not going March 7th to the coordinates. I've been asked, hey, why don't you just go down and check it out anyways? It appears it's way too dangerous. I mean, if it's to the point where they're ready to, like, there's things in the clouds, everything's ready to pounce, both sides. It's probably not in the best interest, especially with 50 Golden Guard and investigators coming and that whole other fleet. So that's where we're at with contact. It's a lot. Even my brain right now is melting. I know some of you probably like it might have went over you. Some of it might have. I'm still trying to resonate and talk. I have now publicly, openly just gone over everything. So I've been holding on to this little bit of burden for about a month now as we've been going along. I just happened to get a ton of contact today. So that's where we're at. We're approaching now spring, so we're getting all this lighter. I was waiting for it. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's just been dark entity or dark beings or dark fall, winter, and now we're starting to get more of the other side, which is actually a great thing. I'm excited for the spring and summer in that regard, and see where it goes. I don't know what's going to happen on March 7th. I know that thing on January never panned out for the 21st, and that was the first time that I've received something that didn't pan out. I don't know, does that mean a timeline was changed, or does that mean that it was maybe just false information, or I don't know. but many other things have over time. I do notice that March 7th in earlier contact, and going back into earlier contact, it talks about that sphere of kings. So I know I still have a little bit less than 9 years on the planet, one way or another. So all these times that I'm getting these, hey, we're gonna pick you up, come over here, it's always turning out to be bad guys because it's not the right time. But I have to entertain it. I have to get as much data as I can. Sometimes I have to play dumb, like, oh, what do you mean by this? Or what do you say? You know, I want them to say it. I want to have it on record. And I believe these manuscripts will be evidence in the future for many purposes, especially if I have to go to a trial in the future. So let's see on here. The sphere of Amenti is hidden here on Earth, as to my understanding. Oh, moon boots. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that. If you have a third generator night vision goggles, you can see them in the clouds. Yeah, I need to. Commander Doug and I have been talking about night vision too. Hey, thanks, Rebecca, for commenting. Guys, sorry about getting knocked off the air. Literally all my devices were forced closing, and right when I started naming moons and planets, because those are specific, I can't find them anywhere except the one from the Saturn one. Now the Lyrans do have a relay station near Saturn on a moon, but yeah, we got knocked off, and then so we're gonna have to do this in 2 parts. So Tara, if you could help me, we'll have 2 parts. We'll just have to do part 1, part 2, and we'll post those. But other than that, guys, it's great to be back. And sorry about the delay. I just understand, what kind of situation. I wish I had that other part of the video. It was cut in half. Everyone's going to go to Discord, or whoever wants to go to Discord. I know some people are going to be meeting up on there, and other people I'm going to be chatting with. I already have a bunch of messages on here. That was 35 pages. We'll be sharing more images soon, and I'll keep you updated. Trying to think of anything to really go over. I mean, it's a lot to digest. And those of you, I know because you guys don't know, but there are a lot of people who give me messages. They're like, they take notes, and they take any information that you find. You could definitely send through Discord or through the Lyran Connection on Facebook, or some of you have my email or actually Messenger. You can message me, and then there's the Lyran Connection email, Gmail. One way or another, I'm always available to talk whenever I can, and I talk to everybody. I do the best that I can, and this is where we're at. So it's been a tough month, but I'm really excited with this new race of an old ally and friend. I hope I get to see some more images and things that Billy's getting some artwork together so we can show you. And I have, of course, all the original images, and just walking that tight line and doing the best I can without jeopardizing the mission. And I love you guys all, and I'll see you on Discord. The Dog Star. Sirius is named the Dog Star because it is part of the constellation Canis Major, Latin for the greater dog. And I believe in Dogon, the Dogon tribe. And there is something in older contact. See, this is all so fresh. I mean, this was today, a lot of this. I have to go through and reread and see what I can find, because I never had an official introduction or a meeting, but there's been some references of different races and things. So I'm gonna look and see for the next time and see what I find out. But yeah, you're correct, and the Syrians are definitely a part of the alliance with the Lyrans, and then they're a part of the Galactic Federation, and there are many many things that are a part of and beings and worlds that are a part of the Galactic Federation of Lights. I don't know what's going to happen next. I'll keep you updated. What I'll probably do the next show after March 7th, depending on whatever happens, I'll just do a mini thing no matter what. You know, if no contact, some contact, if something happens. Or I'll do a post and let you know what's going on. Raining cats and tongs. Yeah, right. Guys, it's been a pleasure. And gals. And whatever. Episode, where are we at? 24? This is pretty crazy. We started in March 2020. Right before then, I was told to start sharing. And then obviously there are ones that don't want me sharing. And now we're approaching March 20. So maybe I'll do an anniversary show, like the 1 year anniversary on March 20, 2020. What day of the week is that? I'm going to look it up right now. What is that day? March 20th is Saturday. I usually don't do a show on Saturday, but why not? I think we should do a 1 year anniversary show. If we have something or not. And if I don't have any contact, we'll go over some like books and things and anything you guys want to talk about. And we'll do a fun show. It'll be just like a 1 year anniversary and we can go through a bunch of stuff. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on Discord. Give me 5 minutes to freshen up. And I will see you on there. Thanks for watching episode 24. I'm your host, Alexander John Tulloch, contactee, and the Lyran Prince. You have a good night.